Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Block Sauce, our web show that serves up the juiciest discussions in the world of Web3 and gaming culture. I'm your host and Arena FT Ambassador Jinkirin, and today we've got an extra special guest lined up for you, so grab your controllers, crack open a Mountain Dew, and prepare to get your game on.
Now you'll see trade for trade perhaps coming through. Alex JJ gets wiped out, and Sandy follows suit. 10-point lead for the Xborg team.
This is what you want to see here, and Lex is firmly in the lead right now.
That's unfortunate. Oh my gosh, what a flick from Lex. Beautifully done. 8-2 right now. He's feeling it.
And he's killed, but we are already way past halfway point in the game. But with shots like that, that could definitely happen. Sandy, quite the showing here for Xborg, just as expected once again. Best in the world for a reason, man. Best in the world for a reason.
Hey there, sauce enthusiasts! It's time to bring the heat with another electrifying episode of the Block Sauce. I'm thrilled to introduce our special guest today. We have Connor with us from Xborg. He is the Growth and Marketing Lead. How are you doing today?
So well, yeah. Thank you so much for having me on. Super excited, big fan of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw you in the comments last week, and Rod's like, we got to get Connor involved. Like, Connor's over here throwing out these comments, and we were just like, yeah, he needs to be up here. This man needs to speak. We need to put him on a platform, and here we are. Here we are. Well, this is one of our versions. We got to get you on the live show next.
Yeah, with the whole panel. Yeah, that was super cool. Yeah, awesome guys in there.
I'm a little familiar with Xborg, but for those that might be watching who are not, go ahead and tell us what you guys are working on.
Yeah, so I mean, Xborg, we really are building the identity of players. So that's kind of our main vision. It's all about empowering the next generation of players. And so we believe that players should not only own their assets, they should also own their reputation. The time and effort that they put into games should not be stuck into one game. They should be able to own their statistics, history, all that kind of stuff. It should be on chain, and they should be able to use that across all the games and apps that they use, online or in their digital kind of experience. So we basically build their identity, combine all their stats together, and allow them to take that with them wherever they go.
So I'm the kind of person that likes to kind of translate and like correlate this with Web 2. So you're kind of talking about being able to track player stats, like let's say KD, right? Like if I've got a 2.0 KD in Call of Duty, you're allowing and trying to enable me to have that stat tracked across, like let's say all FPS.
Exactly. So if you use one of our applications, then basically, and you start connecting your gaming accounts, like we support, Steam, Epic Games, Riot Games, Faceit, as well as the social platforms. So you start connecting your accounts, you start using our apps. We can then see that you've, done really well on Counter-Strike. You got 10 headshots in your last game, or you really cracked at Rocket League. And we start building your on-chain gaming profile. So it doesn't just carry over into, let's say, other FPS games like Valorant that you might play. Perhaps you are wanting to, land a role in esports, or, you wanting to get scouted by, a guild or whatever it may be. You can unlock all different types of opportunities based on your player profile.
That's actually kind of interesting that you mentioned the guild and the esports team situation. The only reason I mentioned that is I can actually relate that. Hang on real quick. Do you guys support Blizzard?
Yeah, we do support Blizzard. Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me I can jump on right now and start tracking my World of Warcraft time?
Exactly. That's correct.
Okay, because that's the correlation I was about to make. Is in World of Warcraft, I recently applied for a Mythic raiding guild. For anybody not familiar with the game whatsoever, that's the hardest content in the game, and raids are absolutely insane. So doing the hardest raids available in the game, players are very picky about who they pick up for this. So I actually had to like show them my profile and my history of World of Warcraft. And there are tools for this, but it's WoW specific. It is only within the WoW ecosystem, does not translate to any other game whatsoever. So having a tool like this would allow me to go to another MMO and they could see my WoW history and be like, oh, this dude was a hardcore raider. He knows he can follow instructions. He can do mechanics. This is somebody we want. So I see some real potential with this.
Exactly. It could even be another social platform or app that connects to our, credential infrastructure. So they could, just connect via our APIs and pull that data over. Perhaps you're on, Reddit, and you are now recognized as someone who has a really good, or just recognized as someone, with a lot of WoW experience, and you are like you have a really good reputation now. All of a sudden on Reddit because of your actual WoW stats that are on chain.
All right, and we did discuss this a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and shift this conversation. This is all being built through GamerBase?
Exactly. So GamerBase is our flagship app at the moment. It's the main way we will start like combining the data and putting the data on chain. So yeah, GamerBase is kind of like a community management hub or platform. So it's built for gaming communities. We really gamify the way communities connect with their fans. But through GamerBase, communities can create quests, challenges, tournaments, all that kind of stuff across all the different games. You mentioned Blizzard, but we connect to all the gaming platforms as well as the social platforms. And so when players are completing quests, playing tournaments, all this kind of stuff, we're collecting that data. And then another thing we do is also to scale the ecosystem is we white label the GamerBase tech for some of the biggest esports teams in the world. So they won't just have a base on GamerBase. They want their own like custom fan app where they can interact with their players. So really scaling player identities through these bigger gaming brands, gaming communities, and then also esports teams.
Yeah, so since you're mentioning esports teams, I think this is a good moment to announce that they are onboarding Ninjas in Pajamas as well as Team BDS. I'm not familiar with Team BDS, but Ninjas in Pajamas I was introduced to thanks to EVIO, so I do have some familiarity with them at least. So are they both going to just like, are you building apps for both of them? I also see a redacted, so I know you probably can't say anything on that, but stay tuned, hit the noti. That's gonna follow Xborg.
I think that redacted announcement is coming this month, so it's going to be quite exciting. I would say they're the biggest esports team in the world, in my opinion. So TSM? Really honored. I'm saying nothing. You're not getting anything out of me.
Look. When you say the largest in the world, there's only a few that I could think of, and I'm thinking TSM, Fnatic, maybe Cloud9. Maybe, and we'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, we're basically building their custom fan apps. These are obviously all on chain. That will be their main like app or fan hub where they connect with all their players and fans. Obviously, these teams have tons, millions of fans, but they're all scattered across lots of different games. I mean, we were chatting a bit before this, and you said, you don't watch those games. So you're a fan perhaps of TSM, but you're a fan of TSM,
from League.
So from League, whereas I will watch, like last night I was watching G2, but I was watching G2 Rocket League, or I'd watch G2 League or whatever. And so they have this kind of split with their fans where they split on different platforms and they split on different games. And it's really difficult to do cool activations with them, interact with their sponsors. So they really want this kind of like app where they can do all these really cool activations with their fans, And we're really building out that functionality. We have the avatar system. You know, we build them a AAA 3D avatar character in app. You know, we build out loads of different items for them. If they want, you know, Razor X, Ninjas in Pajamas items, we can do that. It can be an NFT, it can have utility. You know, they can do tournaments in app. So that's kind of the goal for us there.
So I hear a lot, and I think it's going to be better if we just show people. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over. All right, so here we're on GamerBase. I've got a semi-fresh account that I just logged into. I signed up using my Gmail. Again, guys, not having to jump in and just immediately connect my wallet. Love it and want to see more of that. However, obviously, once you get in, you do, I'm sure there's somewhere you can connect your wallet, right?
Yes, so on GamerBase, you can't connect your wallet just yet. That's because we have we've integrated with Riot Games, and so that you can have League of Legends and all those cool games on there. And basically, Riot is not keen on Web3 at this stage, but we have chatted to them quite extensively. We're really close with all the gaming publishers, and they are, you know, they do have plans in the future for changing. So we'll switch Web3 on for GamerBase as soon as they're happy. We don't want to lose the Riot Game integration, but all the esports teams fan apps don't have Riot integration because they want to be all Web3 from the start. Well, the ones that we're building for BDS and the redacted team and NIP at this stage. I nearly said the redacted team's name. That was close.
Yes, that's actually a little weird. Hearing that about Riot, I thought they were backing a Web3 game, if I remember correctly. It was like Play Aria or something like that. Some RPG. It's being backed by, I think it was Tencent, Riot, and NetEase. At least that's what they're claiming. Obviously, I haven't seen anything official. So
cool.
You know how Web3
that's good news, right? That's good news for us.
Okay, so I have this account. As you guys can see, I joined the base. If you want to join the base, there's actually an Explorer option right here. I joined Xborg. You just click on them. When you click on them, there's a little join option here on the right side. So pretty simple. That's a great way to join communities. And then they got the leaderboard. So is this like the leaderboard for the quest system, I'm assuming?
Exactly. It's the community leaderboard. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's lots of different quests. There's going to be events soon. Starting this week, actually. And then, yeah, you can track, there'll be event leaderboards as well within events. But this is kind of like the overall global leaderboard for the Xborg community.
Okay. And then, of course, we got our inventory here where we can dress up our avatar. I'm a noob, so unfortunately I have nothing unlocked, but more to come.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say, how are you guys handling these? Are these actual like digital assets, or are these just unlockable? Yes. So you're telling me eventually I can actually sell and trade these?
Yes, you will be able to. So currently, like I said, on GamerBase, Web3 isn't enabled, so you can't yet. But we will have a marketplace built in. You'll be able to trade them. There will all be NFTs. Some might be soulbound. Depending on, it's up to the community to choose, right? So they can craft whatever. We will build out all the functionalities, and there will be a marketplace and all that kind of stuff. For the esports team fan apps, obviously it's all on chain already. They'll be able to trade everything.
So we were talking a little bit ago. This isn't going to be just for big name like games and projects. Content creators are also going to be able to start working on building their communities over here at some point as well, correct?
That's correct, right. You know, a lot of the platforms for creators, they don't have, you know, 3D characters in app with items, with a tournament system, with event system, you know, with tracking on Twitch, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. You know, now you can reward your community in really, really cool ways. We'll also, I mean, bit of a leak here, but in the future, we're going to have like cross-community capabilities. So you can do like clan wars and all that kind of stuff. Events with maybe, you know, 8 other creators, all in app.
That's actually kind of neat. So I see a download option here next to the avatar, and I can download a PNG. Are there any future plans to possibly make those 3D?
Well, the whole idea is, we've hired a full team of 3D designers, and we've chosen like game designers. So they're ex-Need for Speed, Apex Legend guys. The kind of idea was we really wanted the app to feel like you are interacting with a game, like you in your game's inventory, all that kind of stuff. In the future, we want animations and emotes, and we have a lot of ideas on how we're going to kind of make the avatar come to life.
Okay.
That's
I'm just thinking from like, if you really wanted to get the community together, like everybody rocking their profiles and stuff on their streams, that'd be kind of neat. Like being able to use your avatar as your, like you were saying, kind of your digital identity.
Exactly. That is the idea. And also something that I love, I'm big into esports and really a massive fan of when esports editors use 3D within their, compilations and montages and all that kind of stuff. They make it look so cool. And they obviously use the assets from, popular games like Fortnite and Valorant. But how cool would it be if they could use their own, player identity 3D file and make some awesome stuff with it as well? I think you're muted.
I am muted. Congratulations. If it doesn't happen at least once, it's not a show. I'm just saying. But I like the idea. I've dabbled in the VTuber stuff a little bit, and there is one community that I actually did get a 3D avatar from in Web3 from purchasing the NFT, and I was like, oh, this is cool, but maybe I don't like this character. So then I bought like a collection, so now I can kind of like jump between characters as I want, or maybe I can just even import them into Blender and start working on my own little web series, because guess what? I own those characters, so I can now run with it and do whatever I want. Obviously, I'm sure some projects have restrictions, limitations, and stuff like that. But this particular project's like, no, you have full creative control of these characters. I'm like, bet. I'm using them on streams when I can. I'm throwing them in Blender. Like that's what I want to see more of. Is it opens up opportunities for additional content. I'm thinking like red versus blue during the Halo days, right? Like people came together. The Halo community absolutely loved it. So imagine if everybody in the Xborg community, you're like, let's do a VTuber tournament, right? All the streamers get together. They're all rocking their Xborg avatars. Whew, talking faster than my brain can think. And it just brings everybody together, and you get to rally around it. I think that that's a great idea. So looking forward to the progression on that for sure. Is there anything else I should be made aware of on the platform? I know it's early, so we are going to be looking for the. I'm going to join this wait list for BDSs. Oh well, it maybe after the stream. I didn't realize there's a whole sign up process. I thought it was just click and done.
So yeah, I mean, this is version 1, or actually this is the beta. We just launched like 2 weeks ago. To our community and to the Web3 community. We don't have any other bases on yet, so super early, lots of bug squashing, but we've got big plans for the platform, and really excited to see where it goes as well, because this is something I would use as a gamer. I'm not too impressed by the current like questing systems, tournament platforms. They're not really player friendly. And they don't encourage actual gaming. Well, the tournament platforms do, but like the questing ones, all that kind of stuff, events, and it's just not great. And we really want to change that.
I was about to touch on that. I was going to ask you, are there any concerns about people abusing this for that type of engagement? Because we've seen a lot of abuse with these questing platforms. And I think somebody even mentioned it on Twitter. I want to say it was this weekend, where people are like posting, I farted on Twitter, and here's a quest. Everybody go like and retweet this. And it's like, why? It was the whole point of these systems were for important information and like big announcements, and now everybody's using it for every single tweet that comes out of a project. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we're really
I'll go for it.
Yeah, we're really trying to vet the communities that we onboard. You can't just create a base. And we have a really strong backlog of the communities that are, in alpha, setting up their base currently. Only onboarding the best. We'll do the same with the creators and all that kind of stuff. And we really want to keep the integrity and the quality really high on the app.
Love to hear it. Now, so that tells me that I can't just like go and create a base. I have to actually have some sort of application process or internal discussions with the Xborg team to get my community listed there, correct?
That's correct.
And is that application public? Is it through the Discord? Like, what's the process if somebody wanted to get involved right now?
So on GamerBase, it says that below the Explore button or below the Xborg base button, it says create a base. So that usually linked to an onboarding form. I don't know if we took the form down because we did get like 2 or 3 weird applications and we're like, okay, this is enough. And we also have, quite a bit of a backlog that we're trying to work through. But we'll most likely put the form back up again if it isn't already.
It looks like it is. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. So we'll jump it back over. So here's what he's talking about. We're under My Bases. You click Create a Base. Kind of gives you a little bit of a breakdown, and then you launch the onboarding form. Bunch of questions, obviously. Seems pretty straightforward.
Cool.
I don't have any questions there, really. Like it's very simple. Oh, there's an you guys already have a public API too? Or are you connecting to APIs?
Yeah, and we are, yes, that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, we're also integrating Web3 games. So we want to be able to, what's nice about Web3 is that, we know all the founders, you can just DM them because, Web3 is so niche and so small. So we're working with a lot of the top games, especially the games that are joining GamerBase, and basically helping them and connecting to the APIs, figuring out, okay, what kind of data can we collect, and how can we make this as cool as possible for communities trying to build out quests, challenges, tournaments on their games. And something to note is that all of these, so if we integrate your API within GamerBase, I nearly said the team name that I couldn't. Ninjas of Pajamas, for example.
We were so close to that alpha.
So close to getting fired.
Oh no, we don't want that. We'd edit it out at that point.
No,
we'll take care of you.
Ninjas of Pajamas, for example, could then make quests or a tournament on Army of Fortune or Illuvium or Shrapnel. That's a great way for Shrapnel to get to know, well, for Ninjas of Pajamas fans to find Shrapnel, for example.
Mm-hmm. I think this is actually kind of neat. I don't think we've really seen anything to this degree, even in Web 2. I know that you do have communities that like make their own website. Like I have one that I recently made, but it's not tracking this level of data. It's not really promoting engagement. It's more of a, here's a resource that people can, visit or whatever. Like I got server information for private servers and stuff like that. I really think gamifying the experience, having those unlockable assets, being able to customize my avatar, the leaderboards to encourage participation, especially if communities start like rewarding the top people on the leaderboards. The one thing I think would be neat, and I don't see it yet, it's probably going to come later. I'm sure you're already thinking about it. A giveaway system, like being able to have a platform where people already in my community can just go like click a button and enter a giveaway versus having to like join a Discord, search for the giveaway channel, maybe meet a bajillion different requirements, and then they qualify, right? I think that somebody, if they hit a certain threshold on the leaderboard, like that's the key metric, is like, hey, if you hit at least this, you're entered, right? So is that something you guys are already thinking about? Is it already being implemented, or is that something I just kind of gave you some ammo for later?
No, that's cool. I mean, that's really interesting. Now, I mean, something that we're doing on GamerBase for our pre-sale that we just announced tonight is part of the pre-sale. Well, we're doing a free mint NFT, and the NFT will give you the best access in terms for the pre-sale, for example. And so we're handing out, whitelists for that, and we will do. We will hand out whitelists to some of the Xborg community for that. And we were thinking, okay, how can we integrate this really well within GamerBase? And we were saying, well, we have an Xborg leaderboard within GamerBase, so we can, track the most supportive members. We can track the guys that are performing well in the tournaments or the events. And so, but what I really like about what you said was to make it really easy. If it's a button, if it's automatic, that would be way better than doing like a whole manual process. But then what's the best way to implement that? I mean, maybe I should leave that to the product team and the devs. So that's a fantastic idea you have there.
Well, the way I envision it is whoever is hosting the giveaway, so obviously somebody within the leadership of the community that's managing the platform on GamerBase, they can set a threshold that says if you score above X number of points on the leaderboard, you're automatically entered. And that would also, well, maybe not automatic, maybe qualify. And then there's still a button somewhere on their profile within the community, something like that they have to go to, because I think if you make it automatic, people aren't necessarily inclined to go back to the website. They just join the communities, grind the leaderboard, right? If you tell them that they qualify and they still have to go click this link to enter, then it brings people back to the website. Wink, wink. I'm just saying, I'll tell you right now, Twitch drops is what I'm thinking of, right? Like if I want to get a drop from Twitch, I have to go to the website. I have to view long enough to qualify. Then I have to go back to the website again to redeem that drop, right? So exactly. kind of mimicking it, but not exact one for one.
Yeah.
I'm an idea guy. I just like to think up ideas.
Yeah. And you're totally right with that Twitch drop idea, because you can't just, I've been in that situation before. I'm watching a stream and then I think, okay, cool, I can go grab dinner or whatever. But, if you don't go back and click claim, then you lose your reward and the stream ends and you don't claim, it's gone. So you have to stay tuned. And so, yeah.
Just say it. So if you guys implement that, I'm not saying like throw my name on it or anything, but I'm just saying I want some credit.
For sure. We can make it like your button. We could put your face on it or something.
No.
That's like your feature.
Absolutely not. Oh my God. My face is already on the internet enough. I'm good. No, for real though. I think that would be really cool. And that's just something that I like to do, is every time I get an opportunity to present an idea, if it gets implemented, I think it's fantastic. I want people to know that I have good ideas, and I never get credit when people use them. We'll
give you credit for sure.
Nah, I'm joking. I don't really care. I'm looking for people to go forward, and if I happen to play a role in that, great. As long as they move forward, not backwards. Oh, Web3 is just so difficult right now. Oh, I lost you.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, sorry for those that might notice the fast cut. We kind of lost Connor there for a minute, but he's back. We're good. So as I was saying, sometimes Web3 does like to go a couple steps back. So if I could push it forward, that's all I care about. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. I'm here for the tech, and it is what it is.
Yeah, for the tech. No, that's good.
I'm here for games and the tech. Everybody's like, oh, how much profit you make? How much are you earning? I don't care about any of that. I do make some money occasionally, but for the most part, I buy and hold. I'm here for games.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, that's kind of our mentality as well. You know, we're really focusing on bringing Web3 tech to Web2 players and to the gaming market as a whole. You know, you mentioned competitors earlier, and we aren't looking at, you know, the Web3 market really. We're looking at Web2 apps, current gaming apps, and then kind of figuring out, okay, how can GamerBase, you know, really improve the gaming experience of players, as well as esports fans with the fan apps, and then bringing that Web3 layer in and saying, okay, cool, now that they're here, they're building their gaming identity. Well, what other apps can we build for them? How can we build this ecosystem where now players can use their identity as well? That's really the next step, and that's like the way bigger picture.
I wish somebody would knock on Blizzard's door and get them to wake up, because I'm telling you, World of Warcraft is already basically Web3. They've got a token. They work off supply and demand. I can redeem it for in-store credit, so you got pseudo play to earn. I almost had a Blizzard rep on our show actually, and they found out it was Web3, and they're like, nope.
Oh, it's against the guidelines. They can't do it.
Well, they're scared because, let's be honest, with their current system, like I said, they do have their own token, but you have to buy it. With fiat, you can redeem it for in-store currency. Again, in-store, it's all money in, no money directly out. It stays within their ecosystem. Web3. So as I was saying, again, the Web3 situation would totally disrupt Blizzard's entire setup, but I just can't see a lot of the bigger publishers jumping on it. Square Enix surprisingly did, but that being said, I know that you guys are cooking a lot. Any upcoming events, anything you want to touch on before we wrap things up? Maybe an Xborg tournament?
I mean, we can do one. Always open to doing tournaments. That's how we, built our community initially, while we were building our tech, for the last 2 years. I
saw a lot of those in EVIO. I'm just saying, and your guys I can't play against Xborg players anymore. I quit after getting stomped so much. I can only take so much stomping. I like to think I'm a decent player, but I got proven wrong. Whew.
Yeah, they really cracked. We've been building our tech for like a year and a half, 2 years, and haven't had an app to, put out. So basically just decided, okay, we love esports. Let's, build the Web3 esports scene. Let's, hire the best players, sign the best players. So we had the best EVE players, some of the best Illuvium players and TCG players. And then, also host a ton of tournaments, which we did on loads of different games. And yeah, that's been great. It really built our community into what it is today. Another thing that built our community was, we integrated we developed a launch pad, which is really basic in terms of what it can do. And looks wise, it's not the sexiest UI. But
baby steps.
Exactly. We did. We have been offering, pre-seed, seed deals to our NFT holders on our launch pad. We actually have Meiji. I don't know if you know Meiji, but that deal's launching tomorrow. We just had the ETH Lizards deal on, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And so that's how we, basically built our community. Things that are upcoming that are pretty exciting. We just announced our pre-sale for XBG, which is our token. So we'll be doing a free mint for that to, the NFT basically gives you the best access to the sale. Then, doing the pre-sale, we'll be, partnering and collabing with really cool communities that align with our vision, player first. That's important to us.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, more esports team announcements, their apps launching. We're actually launching, I think it's the Ninjas app. And most of the esports teams apps, their like public launches are going to be at majors. So really big esports events on main stage with really cool trailers. So I'm really excited. I don't know if you've seen the Ninjas in Pajamas Dojo trailer. That's what they call their fan app, the Dojo.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the trailer is super cool on X.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I didn't see it.
It's super cool. They've got great video editors, and then the players, obviously creators, and they're kind of merging the digital and physical kind of worlds together.
Well, while I have you here, is there any dates already announced for the mint, or?
So the free mint will happen in mid-Feb. So around about the 21st of Feb, and then the pre-sale will be, early March. So super excited for that. Really bullish. We've been building for a long time, and 2024 is our year to release everything, token, apps, just showcase to the world, what we've been up to. So super excited for that.
That's awesome. So what you're telling me is people need to stay tuned to the Xborg Twitter and Discord and keep an eye out for those announcements.
Exactly. Yeah, we're coming in hot.
Awesome. Did you have any final thoughts?
No, I mean, really had a fantastic time. Lots of fun. Apologies for the internet connection. But yeah, it was
hopefully
great.
Viewers won't notice that part. If you did notice it, that's what fast cuts are for.
Exactly. That's good editors are for that. But no, I had a ton of fun. It was great chatting to you, and big fan of the show. You're keen to come on the panel version as well in the future. And we'll definitely keep you updated with everything. Xborg. Also, need to see you on GamerBase soon. Would love to do some community stuff together. I think there's a lot that we can do in 2024.
Well, I've got my account on GamerBase already, and I joined Xborg, so I'm ahead of the curve. If you guys aren't signing up, that's your problem. Yeah, you're missing out. So I'm going to be trying to grind those leaderboards as soon as I figure out how to work the quest system. That's the one thing I did not touch on too much because I didn't see quests yet, but we'll sort through all that later. That's going to be a wrap for us today, folks. But before we say farewell, again, I want to give a huge thank you to Connor for taking time out of his day and his week to join us. I know you guys are absolutely busy over there, especially based on all the information you've shared with us today. So I'm glad to see you guys definitely grinding away, releasing product. Maybe some of Web3 could take notes.
Shots fired.
Look, I'm just saying, if you ain't got no product, I ain't minting. I'm tired of minting for ghosts. So, but that's my personal opinion. That's just me.
That's a good motto to live by.
There's a lot of good games though. I do mint after I play the game most of the time because I see potential. That's where I differ from a lot of games. Is I'm forward thinking and I can see where the future lays with them. And I like to use Warframe as an example. I played in the alpha of Warframe and immediately bought the biggest, baddest edition, and it's one of the top free-to-play games to this day. So
yeah,
I'm not always right though, because I also did the same thing for Spellbreak and they shut down last year. So not every game makes it. That's not a Web3 problem. That's a gaming problem. So but at least they had product. Oh man. Oh, of course, we could not have done this without all of our amazing viewers and supporters. Your engagement and passion fuel our drive to bring you the hottest topics and thought-provoking conversations week after week. Remember, the sauce never stops flowing. Follow us on socials, including Xborg, and not just us. Follow Xborg too. If you like games and gaming communities and you want to get sweaty, maybe you're a competitive player that absolutely demolishes lobbies, then guess what? They're a good group for you. They're going to be putting me in their backpack if I join. So, but that's going to be it for us today, sauce enthusiasts. Join us next time for another thrilling episode of the Block Sauce, where we'll keep the gaming flame alive and the discussion sizzling. Remember, stay saucy and keep gaming in the exciting realm of Web3. Thank you guys and have a good one.